Hey, what's up, everybody? I was trying to pick the top 10 running backs to play in the NFL. And that's a hard list to do because, I don't know, it's just a hard list to do. It's like picking apples and oranges. And some are easier than others. Oh, the reason I got this on Gale Says is because I actually have that jersey. That's my old video. Yeah, I actually got that jersey. And I didn't even know how much it was worth. They said that jersey is worth $446. Like, damn. Anyway, back to the list. Ricky Watters, very good running back. Very good running back. I don't know if you guys remember him. He played with the 49ers and he played with the Eagles. He won the Super Bowl with the 49ers. Ricky Watters was nasty. He was a good running back. But I don't have him on the top 10 list. But I got to mention all the good players. Rocky Bleier for the Steelers. Rocky Bleier was good. He got, what, 4 Super Bowls? But then, of course, he had Franco Harris blocking for him. Got to mention Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell was a motherfucking beast. Earl Campbell, that one video clip where he just ran the dude over and was running, and when he's done, his football jersey was torn off of him. Earl Campbell was a beast. Houston Oilers. We're the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Bum Phillips was the head coach back then. Don't have him on the list because he ain't win a Super Bowl, but he was good. Another beast, Larry Brown. Old Redskins. Larry Brown was a beast. Look up all these people I'm showing you. Look their videos up. I'll try to put some in the link. Larry Brown was a beast for Washington. Yeah, dude had no fear. He would never go out of bounds. So let's start the list. Now I gotta talk about Barry Sanders. You know, you like playing video games, Barry Sanders is your man because he can spin around on a dime. Knock against Barry though. Don't have no Super Bowl. You know, and that argument's going to continue forever. Well, if he had the same line that so-and-so had, I don't want to hear about all that because, you know, all these other guys that have the line that so-and-so had, they got the job done. Like people like Jim Brown who ain't had no blocking. Anyway, let's start the list. John Riggins. John Riggins was a very good running back. Very good running back. And who else? One more. Where is he at? Yeah, the Damian Thomason. Same thing. He was a good runner. Freaky moves and joystick running back like Barry Sanders. And he don't have a ring either. What's his excuse? They ain't no line either. San Diego Chargers had some good teams, man. Phillip Rivers, him, what's that tight end? That big tight end they had. And he don't have a ring either. Good running back. Everybody was picking. Even Emmitt Smith was like, well, he has potential to do some good things, but never got it done. And he ended up finishing his career with the Jets. Some players just don't have that killer instinct. You know. Yeah, he also had Darren Sproles and Michael Turner, LT, Damon Tomlinson. So got three good running backs in your team. Anyway, one more person we have to talk about, O.J. Simpson, the Juice. And O.J. played with the Buffalo Bills. He's the first running back to run over 2,000 yards in a season. O.J. was a beast. Of course, now you can't look him up without seeing his mug shot because of the double homicide that went down. But football, he was a man. Gotta talk about Wendell Tyler too. Wendell Tyler was a good running back that started out with the Rams. And Vince Ferragamo, but ended up going to the 49ers and finally getting the Super Bowl ring with the 49ers. Wendell Tyler. Jerome Bettis, the bus. He's good too. He was really good. I like the bus. Bus was an all-purpose back. Pittsburgh Steelers. Eric Dickerson, fast as hell. Except I remember that time he was running and I think Darrell Green ran him down. I think, maybe. He was a good running back. Also got to talk about Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker was a beast. Herschel started out with remember he got drafted by the Cowboys back in the 90s. And then they sent them to Minnesota and they sent one man to Minnesota for the Super Bowl teams. They won. Got like 14 players for Herschel. Then he played for the Eagles. And then he came back to the Cowboys. Came back to the Cowboys to retire, I think. After the Cowboys had won their Super Bowls, they sent him back to Dallas. So poor Herschel, he had bad luck as far as getting the ring. Of course, now he's a MMA fighter, knocking people out at the age of 48. Herschel claimed he does like 1,500 sit-ups and 2,000 push-ups a day. But Herschel was a beast. I like the way he ran. He ran straight up and held the ball with two hands. I think it slowed him down. He was always scared of fumbling. Did I mention the great Lenny Moore with the Baltimore Colts? Lenny Moore was ahead of his time. He was fast as hell. Another graduate of Penn State. Lenny could be on my list. He was a 3-time champion, but before the Super Bowl, I think. I see him now, he's old, but still. Played with the great Bots, Johnny Unitas. My bad. Johnny U. Old Baltimore Colts. Lenny Moore. I also have to mention Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk was a very good running back with the St. Louis Rams. He was like Emmitt Smith, built like him. Won a Super Bowl, and I think with 1999, the fastest show on turf. Marshall could be on the list. Here's my official list. Start with number 12, Brandon Jacobs, two-time Super Bowl champion. Got much heart. New York Giants. Number 11, John Riggins. Riggo, one of my favorites too. He was funny as hell. I don't know, Otis Anderson could be my number 10 pick for the New York Giants. Two-time Super Bowl champion. See him with his ring on right there. Because what sticks out about him was that bolo punch he threw when they was playing Buffalo. Remember that bolo punch against the Bills? That was a highlight. And that guy with the tackle him, he threw that bolo punch and bam! Caught him with that uppercut. So Otis Anderson could be my number 10 pick. Two-time Super Bowl champion with the New York Giants. Peace. And the Dallas Cowboys had some good running backs. He had Dwayne Thomas, who left the Cowboys and then won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl with the Cowboys and then went and played for the Redskins. Calvin Hill, another good running back. Number 35. That's Grant Hill's dad. He left the Cowboys, and also Redskins picked him up. And Walt Garrison, just a pinch between your cheek and gums. Robert Newhouse, it's called him a bowling ball with legs. He was a fullback. He was good. Had Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves was good. Man, Dan Reeves played. He helped the Cowboys get to 3 Super Bowls, or 2 at least, and he won one. 71. They beat the Dolphins. He was a running back. And then he was a coach with the Broncos. He was in like 9 Super Bowls, the most ever as a player coach. But he did get one with the Cowboys, 1971. Then you got my favorite running back, who they just use and abuse, Marion the Barbarian Barber. Marion Barber was bad. The Cowboys just messed him up, man. They did not utilize him properly, because Marion Barber was a beast. It took like 3 people to bring him down. And this is interesting. Remember him? Timmy Smith broke all kind of records for the Redskins when they beat the Broncos. Him and Doug Williams. And then the next year the Redskins got rid of him. And he ended up going to Dallas. That's the only Redskin player I can remember that went from Washington to Dallas. Played 1 season with the Cowboys, 1990. Because it's always the other way around. Redskin players always picking up Dallas Cowboy players. Shoot, now Timmy Smith doing time in prison for him and his brother robbing someplace, bank or something. But yeah, sad. One more person I gotta talk about. Bobby Mitchell. Bobby Mitchell was a good running back. And he was the first running back drafted by the Washington Redskins, who just happened to be the last team in the NFL to draft a black football player. And they drafted Ernie Davis. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. But when he found out that George Preston Marshall was a racist, he decided he didn't want to play for Washington. So they got Bobby Mitchell. Who was playing with Cleveland. He was in the backfield with Jim Brown with the Cleveland Browns. Hall of Famer. They picked him up in 1969. Okay, here's my official list. Start with number 13. Brandon Jacobs, New York Giants, 2-time Super Bowl winner. Awesome. Don't quit. Number 12. John Riggo. One of my favorite football players too, because he's funny. That's him running over the Dolphins player to win his Super Bowl ring. John Riggins. Remember he told Sandra Day O'Connell, loosen up, baby. Something like that at the White House. All right. Number 11, Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen. Good running back with the Raiders. A winner. That's him with the Lombardi Trophy. Number 1, baby. What's this? Number 10. Terrell Davis. 2-time Super Bowl champion. If it wasn't for this guy, John Elway would have never won the Super Bowl. Believe it. As good as Elway was, couldn't do nothing until you got a running back. And that's how the ball bounces. Remember him doing a salute after he got his touchdowns? He would salute. Number 9, Roger Craig for the 49ers. I just remember them legs, them knees coming high up in the air when he ran. When he lifted his legs up high. Roger Craig, 49ers. He got 3 Super Bowls. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 8, Mercury Morris. Fast, quick Mercury Morris. And the undefeated Miami Dolphins. 72 Dolphins. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. 72 and 73, I think. Number 8. Nope, number 7. Larry Zonka. Fullback. He was a beast. This man would run you over. He got his nose broke 5 times. Larry Zonka was a hard-nosed running back. Will uppercut your ass. Number 6, Franco Harris. 4-time Super Bowl champion. Another fullback. They don't make fullbacks no more. Franco ain't have no moves, but he would run a straight line and he would run. Franco Harris, another PA. I think Franco's from Pennsylvania. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, Mike Garrett. Mike Garrett was cool with the USC Heisman Trophy winner. Played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Played in the first Super Bowl. They played Green Bay and they lost. But then they came back in 69 when they beat the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Garrett. Number 4. Bam. Tony Dorsett. And you want to talk about fast? You're talking about Tony D. Pretty running back. Another Heisman Trophy winner. And his son played too, Anthony Dorsett. I think he played for the Raiders. Tony D. Pennsylvania. I think he broke a record playing the Vikings on Monday Night Football. It was 1st and 10 on the 1 yard line. He ran 99 yards for a touchdown. Tony Dorsett. All right. Number 3. This is where it gets hard at. Walter Payton. Sweetness. What can I say about Walter Payton? What can I say? Walter Payton was a man. Got a Super Bowl ring with the 85 Bears. The juice. No, it's the sweetness. My bad. Sweetness. Walter Payton. He was a nasty little running back. I used to call him Weeble Wall because he would not fall down. If you hit him, he wouldn't fall. Sweetness. The next 2 are the toughest ones for me. This is a tie. Emmitt Smith. My main man. 3-time Super Bowl champion. The spark plug. The Dallas Cowboys. Jim Brown. What can I say about Jim Brown? This man had absolutely no blocking. None. Played for the Cleveland Browns. Played for 9 years. Never got hurt and never missed a game. And he won a championship. He played before the Super Bowl. But he got a championship with the Cleveland Browns. It's a tie between Jim Brown and Emmitt Smith. Jim Brown, Pro Football Hall of Fame, 9 times Pro Bowl, 8 times first team, 8 times NFL rushing champion. So, man, that's the hell of 5 stats. And 1 time rushing leader. Same with Emmitt Smith, 8-time Pro Bowl, 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 98, 99, 6-time All-Pro, 4 times NFL rushing leader, 3 times Super Bowl champion. And it's a toss-up between Jim Brown and Emmitt. And it's a toss-up between those 2. It's a tie for first between Jim Brown and Emmitt Smith. And if you want to talk about somebody that didn't have a line and no blocking, Jim Brown, they just threw him the ball and watched him run.